said that everything she needs to investigate is on her phone. And that's exactly what she used.
The Ghost app, you
Okay.
mean?
Ghost app, everything was on the phone.
Yikes.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And this is
That's what she wants to use, that's fine. You know, that's her. Maybe, you know, she didn't have any money to buy equipment. You know, you don't know the situation, but don't turn around and call yourself a professional investigator when you're going to use ghost apps on your phone.
Wow.
You know? That's what I have a problem with.
Yeah, I mean,
As far as everything she says, you can go on my Facebook page and go in the notes section, and I have everything there of what she has said about me and my 6-year-old son. Everybody can look at that, and, you know, people expect me to see her and maybe do something to her, but I actually feel sorry for her. You know, I really do. You know, she's just a sad person, and I wouldn't even waste my time or energy on her at all. I did it once, and it was like talking to a wall.
oh yeah.
So, you know, that's how I feel about her. She's nothing to me. I feel like she has no business in the paranormal.
Agreed.
You know, she's nothing but drama. And if these people want her to talk at their events, that's on them. You know, if that's what they like, you know, some ghetto chick talk, you know, 40-something-year-old talking at their events that uses her phone apps to investigate, then, you know, that's on you. If that's the way that you do it, then that's fine. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure people are going to learn a lot from these talks she's going to be giving. I mean, I've been in. Well, I started doing this documentary. I've been in the paranormal since 2010. I wouldn't ever consider myself a speaker, you know, about anything in the paranormal, even though I've been at it for about 2 years now, and I think she's been at as long as I have, or maybe less. But I've got nothing to say. Say, hey, I caught an EVP, and then people are going to go, ooh, you caught an EVP. Well, congratulations to you. I mean, what would I have to talk about? I have not been in the field that long with these more much older groups. Like Frank has been with I'm going to get it wrong. SPR. He's now Beyond Reality.
SPR.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, these legitimate established groups. They're going to have a lot more to talk about and a lot more to impart to anybody listening, you know, from the stage than somebody like me or Laura Calhoun. You know, that's just the bottom line. And
Yeah.
they've been through a lot. They've investigated more. They're doing more than just collecting. Basically anybody can collect an EVP. It's what you do with it, and it's how you interpret it, and how you can continue from that point. This is what I've learned from these investigators. That's how you call yourself a professional investigator. How you're using that knowledge and that information you're gathering.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, on our way home, we usually listen to a recorder in the car and listen for EVPs, just, you know, to keep us awake because we're usually there really late at Camarillo. And, I mean, the whole time, that's all you hear is her talking, her daughter's big old bamboo earrings, clackety-clack, and, you know, it was just a big mess. You know, so...
Well, speaking of giant earrings and things you shouldn't wear during an investigation, a lot of the stuff in the past couple of years now, it just looks like a circus. We got groups called like the Paranormal Hot Squad. I'm sure you've heard of them. There's a group of ladies wearing tight dresses, tight mini skirts, and stiletto heels, running around paranormal or haunted locations. Calling themselves again the Paranormal Hot Squad. So you know, you got other people like just wanting to be on TV, desperately wanting to be on a ghost show. So they're all flocking to places like Linda Vista to film themselves with their cameras, saying, "Hey, I'm at Linda Vista. I'm trying to capture an EVP." It's really gotten pretty much out of hand. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Linda Vista is not the only place to investigate people. You know, it's not the only place. You want something original, stop, before you go and get treated like crap from somebody over there. And
Yeah.
as far as the paranormal hotspot, I don't know who they are. I seen a picture of girls in tight dresses and big Eskimo boots. Um, I I just think people like that should definitely put on their website what they exactly are, for entertainment only. If
Yeah.
you're gonna call yourself Paranormal Hotspot, or you're gonna be, you know, dressing weird or heels and whatever, you just need to put for entertainment only. Like those psychics that have their own websites or the telephone numbers for entertainment only.
Yeah, entertainment
Because it
purposes
makes
only.
us look pretty stupid.
Yeah, it brings the
So,
whole community down when you've got somebody. Matter of fact, we've heard reports that the paranormal hot squad were running naked in the halls of Linda Vista. I don't know if that's a provoking technique that they've especially established for their group, or or what, but it's just, it gets embarrassing sometimes when you're saying, yeah, I'm doing this paranormal stuff. Oh, you mean like the paranormal hot squads? No, 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 no. you know, what else can you say? You try not to badmouth people, but they don't give you much of a choice sometimes.
as the drama unfolds, we can talk about another one out there, and maybe we can bring Frank in for a couple minutes so he can explain why we have a problem with this person.
Okay, I'd like to ask you something real
What do you
quick
think?
before we do that. Wasn't there something that the leader of Boyle Heights Paranormal, he was not from actually Boyle Heights, but he wanted everybody to say he was, and everybody in the group to say they were from the Boyle Heights neighborhood?
Yeah, if there's people out there that I had met during my BHPP days, no, I'm not from Boyle Heights, even though I told you I was. No affiliation with Boyle Heights. I live in Pico Rivera, and in fact, when I joined BHPP, that was probably the first time I was in Boyle Heights. So I'm not from there, even though we were asked to say that we were. We were given information about it and stuff. I guess it looked better if he had a team that actually said they were from Boyle Heights. So, yeah, I'm not from there. Sorry for lying. I know better now.
So you were given a script to remember about the all the information about Boyle Heights and the neighborhoods and stuff you may have been roaming.
Well, yeah, I mean, everywhere we went, we'd have to, like, hey, remember this, this is your favorite place to eat, this is this, and this is that.
Was any of the members of Boyle Heights Paranormal Project actually from Boyle Heights?
Not that I know of. No. Most of the people were maybe from East LA, which is not exactly Boyle Heights, but actual, like, Boyle Heights, nobody was from there. That name, BHPP, and Boyle Heights Paranormal Investigation Team, which was our first name, belongs to her. She's actually letting Richard use it.
Wow. Yeah.
She can't stand him either.
Well, let's bring in someone that I understand is actually from Boyle Heights. You want to bring him in now?
Frank? Yeah. Frank. Sorry, he's getting my mom in tiny chat right now. She hates Richard. She probably has a lot to say.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, he's gonna log in. We're gonna I guess talk about a street skater psychic named Mike Loop.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if anybody out there knows who he is.
This is a
Oh, in fact, Mike Loop has a new show coming on Tiny Chat.
I wonder where you got that idea.
It's called. I'm gonna bring it up, so you guys can go and and listen.
I thought I'd just get on.
Okay, he's just gonna get on mine.
Okay.
So Wayne, can you ask him some questions?
Frank, since you're from Boyle Heights, how come you didn't join Boyle Heights Paranormal Project?
All right, there we go.
You could have been the leader.
Honestly, I had never heard of them, and in fact, the first time I heard of Boyle Heights Paranormal Project was aboard the Queen. Well, was at the Queen Mary during the Queen Con, when Lewis had mentioned that there was a Boyle Heights team, and to my surprise, I said, "Really?" I said, "I've never heard of a team in Boyle Heights," and honestly, at the time, I wanted to meet them. I didn't get a chance to that night, but that was the first time that I had ever met. Oh, I'm sorry, I had ever heard of BHPP. So, but no, I mean, I had already been with my team, obviously working with Lewis for 10 years. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, it was a new thing to me. I'm from Boyle Heights myself. I was born and raised in Boyle Heights. In fact, just a couple streets away from Linda Vista Hospital on Chicago Street is where I grew up, and you know, but I had never heard of them. You know, in fact, you know, we investigated Linda Vista Hospital back in 2003 or 2004. Back with my former team, SCSPR, we actually were the first team to investigate that hospital before any other team. And we had heard that that hospital was going to be converted into condominiums, and you know, so that kept us from going back. And it wasn't until I heard about the investigations from BHPP going on there, or the not investigations but the tours, you know, that hospital was even in fact being used for the paranormal. So by then, before I could get in there, is when all this drama went down. So you know, I didn't get a chance to ever go back after that.
Can you tell us how it was to get in for investigations before Boyle Heights, and how it changed when Boyle Heights took over?
Yeah, one of our members from our team, SCSPR, actually walked into, there's a office at the side of Linda Vista Hospital, and one of our members actually went in there and asked for permission to investigate. I believe they gave us Francis's number at the time. We called Francis, and you know, they let us. I think we paid $20 or something like that to investigate for 3 to 4 hours, and that was about it. And we never went back after that.
Did you find any good evidence when you were there?
The only thing that, honestly, at the time I wasn't impressed by the hospital, because you know, we were there for a few hours, but the only thing I did get was I believe it was one EVP, and in fact it was calling Lewis a coward.
Oh, wow.
I still have that EVP. Lewis calling out to something there, I think it was on the 3rd floor, and the response back was coward. That was all I had that night.
Peaches from California Paranormal Private Investigators said often what happened, she'd pay $150 for a team to investigate. Meanwhile, the security guards were allowing kids in for free, roaming around the hallways while they're trying to do an investigation. $150 an hour, I'm sorry.
Oh god, that's insane.
And this is before Boyle Heights Paranormal.
I heard that too, and I know. Yeah, I heard that too. I know Peaches told me that story as well. You know, that they were allowing kids to get in there and everything while they had already paid to investigate Linda Vista. So, you know, it's just very unprofessional and very disrespectful to the team that's there.
Yeah.
To do that.
A few minutes ago, I put up a comment from, well, I guess what you would call her a spokesperson for Boyle Heights Paranormal, directed at you. Do you have a chance to read that before?
Yeah, I did, and I remember actually seeing it back when she had posted it. I remember hearing about it. So, you know, I did respond back to her. In fact, I had sent her a private message. You know, I don't remember posting anything on her wall, but I remember sending back a private message to her, and you know, trying to find out, you know, what the hell her problem was. You know, first of all, she wasn't being attacked. she decided to step in and back up this team. And, and I told her, I said, this has nothing to do with you. Why are you even getting involved? Let the people that, are being attacked, answer. I said, it has nothing to do with you. So she said, well, these are my people, these are my homies, and I'm going to back them up no matter what. And, I said, well, let them speak for themselves. They're big boys, let them speak, and, she never responded back after that. I did respond back to her. She's saying that I didn't, but I did. I wasn't that childish or that juvenile to go on her wall and post it like the way she did. I just took it offline with her. But
now, in the 10 years you've been around, you've seen speakers at paranormal events, like, say, for instance, Richard Sennett, Sid Schultz, all these other people. How do you feel about someone like Calhoun, someone that left you that kind of message? Now she's considered a speaker at paranormal events.
It's honestly, it's disgusting to find out that she's trying to even speak. That she knows nothing about the paranormal whatsoever, and she has no background in the paranormal. She hasn't investigated long enough, or used any instrumentation like that to even be able to speak even a little bit, even a tiny bit on the paranormal. So honestly, I would love to hear what she has to say, because we all know that she has no experience whatsoever, and there's nothing really that she could speak on other than maybe how to back up your homies or live in the hood. Other than that, honestly, I really don't know, because and I'll tell you one thing, we know that for a fact that she is not an investigator, because back at one point, Don and I talked to Laura, and we were on good terms. In fact, she had asked us many times to invite her to Camarillo with us. And, I believe it was one time where she found out we were at Camarillo, and she called me as we were getting ready to enter one of the buildings. And she sent me she did call, and she sounded very disappointed, and she was crying basically because she found out we were going there. We didn't invite her, so we said, okay, the next time we come, which will all be in about a week, I said, you can come with us. So we did. We picked her up and took her to Camarillo with us, thinking that she was going to bring some equipment or something. Didn't even bring a flashlight. Okay? And you know how dark it is in those buildings.
Yes.
And didn't bring anything. Her and her daughter. So while we were there, we were doing EVP sessions, things like that, and she basically had nothing to say, didn't do anything the whole time. And her daughter was freaking out. She was freaking out. So that just showed us that she's not a real investigator. She doesn't have the heart to go into a location like that, with the experience to try and investigate, or even try and attempt to do an AVP session or anything like that, because she has no experience. She has no equipment, nothing.
Mm-hmm. So we also have these. She's also on a team now called I believe it's Teen Spirit Paranormal, which we've said before are starting to go and talking to young kids at schools now, with this person named Loop, who we've established last show has said he's been trained by Peter James, and you've of course said that was completely untrue. Do you want to just recap that real quick?